All right, good morning, everybody. All right, the US stocks closed marginally high on very low volumes. Bond markets were closed for Veterans Day holiday. The Dow edges were up to its 35th record close for the year. So if you would have noticed yesterday, not much happening in world markets, just sort of moving sideways. Asian region remains cautious. Investors waited for the outcome of China's third plenum as the country moves to adopt an ambitious reform agenda. And then we have iron ore prices generally extending gains on record sales to China, with forecasters from Morgan Stanley to the World Bank set to increase price predictions. So you can see there from that graph, Asia mostly up, except for the Hang Seng. Corporate action today, 9 o'clock we have out of the UK we've got Vodafone, and at 2 o'clock one to note we've got Mr. Price. The guidance was R3.04 on headline earnings, revenue at 6.61 billion, and dividends per share of 1.46. So write those numbers down, be ready when it comes out. There could be an opportunity there. If we look at the key factors today, Japanese tertiary industry index down slightly. Fed's Fisher speaks on monetary policy in Australia. CPI out of Germany at 9. CPI out of Italy at 11, out of the UK at 11.30, and CPI out of the UK at 11.30 as well. 2 o'clock we got US Chicago Fed National Activity Index. All right, we'll have a look at a few charts today. First one, this is one I looked at last time I did the meeting last week, was the pound rand. We've moved up to the top of that channel we were talking about last time, around the 1660 to 1665 level. We've got to monitor this level. If we do get a reversal off this level, we could see a little bit of rand strengthening again down to the bottom of the channel. If we do get a breakout from here, having more rand weakness, then it's anybody's guess. But hopefully we do get a little bit of a reversal here from this resistance line. If we move over to the Aussie, so we had a little bit of a reversal they're few and far between, so it's quite an event when it happens. We've moved sideways over the last two sessions, so consolidating one way or the other. If we do get a bit of a pullback, I'm looking at this sort of 40,100 level as our first sort of reasonable level of support. That's about 800 points lower than this. Otherwise, other possible levels, if we do get a meaningful correction, we're looking sort of at the could say anything from 38,400, even as low as 37,650. So depending on I think we're going to have to just play it day by day. If we do get a reversal of current levels, there could be a little bit of a lower target in place. Let's just have a quick look at the 30-minute before we move away from it. We're forming a bit of a wedge here in the short term. If we get a move lower, below sort of, let's call it sort of 408.80 on a 30-minute close or an hourly close, we could be looking for a lower target down to around 405 or 40,500, 40,400, around that level. And as we said, our slightly longer term level for the short term is 40,000. So that might be the catalyst to get us a little bit lower. The first stock I wanted to look at was Kumba. If we go to the daily, got a downgrade by RenCap yesterday, which saw it sell off quite aggressively. Broken out from this flag. I think based on this chart, we're looking at a downside target to test recent lows at around $400, possibly a little bit lower. I definitely wouldn't be looking to pick this one up right now until we get a clear reversal. So possibly we can look at picking it up a little bit lower. Otherwise, catch it, see if you can ride the short on the way down. Next one I wanted to show is Lonmin. Had earnings out yesterday and traded really well. This one, let's just move it out slightly. This one's looking pretty bullish. It's been in a pretty big downtrend, but we've had this pretty clear double bottom, nice and symmetrical. We've had this little, if you want to call it a bit of a handle on the side here, consolidating. It looks like if we get a break above 56, we could get quite a big move to the upside. Hopefully we get a little bit of consolidation to the side before that happens, just to give us a little bit of confirmation. But so far, looking pretty good. If we go to a 5-year chart, we'll see how big this downtrend has been, and this pretty clear double bottom coming in. I would say on the short, I mean, if we get a move below this sort of 43 level, that would be a breakdown of the current sort of double bottom, but a break above 57, pretty bullish. And I think it could be quite a significant higher target. Let's have a look at Mr. Price. As I said, we're going to keep an eye on Mr. Price. They've got those earnings later. If we go to a weekly, just to clear it up a little bit, we've been in this massive uptrend. We had this big breakout from this symmetrical triangle recently. If we do get a bit of a pullback in the market, and we get a pullback in Mr. Price to around 140, possibly 135, I think that would be a really, really great opportunity. This thing does have a higher target, and from those levels, there could be, probably 20% upside. So look for a reversal off those levels if we do get an oversold market. I think a really high probability trade. And same on, I'm going to have a look at ShopRite. Very similar chart, but this one hasn't actually broken out yet. Flagging from a massive uptrend. It's currently reversing off resistance there, as you can see there. If we do get if we do get a bit of a pullback in the market, I think it would be quite a great opportunity if we can get it around the recent lows around 160. I'm not sure if it's going to move that low, but if we do get an oversold condition in the market and we get a reversal up from wherever it currently is, another good opportunity, I think, for the long side. Let's have a look at CFR. I know we've shown this one to death, but it really broke up recently from this symmetrical triangle, and it's been consolidating on top of that triangle for a while. It hasn't been able to break down despite a bit of market weakness. I know the rand's also helped it. It really feels like this one's going to sort of subdue us into giving up the trade, and then pop to 111. It really feels like this could happen at any day. As long as the market supports it, I think it's just a matter of time. And the last one I'll show is more of an interest piece. If it loads up here. It's Facebook forming quite a nice little head and shoulders here. It's broken down for a possible target of around $39. I'm not saying we should play it. I'm always nervous shorting something like Facebook, but a pretty nice head and shoulders there, showing a lower target. That's all for today, guys. Good luck.